Connecticut Sun versus Los Angeles Sparks. The Connecticut Sun, 5:23, go to Crypto.com Arena on Thursday, where they'll meet the Los Angeles Sparks, 13:15. The Connecticut Sun faced off with the Phoenix Mercury and went home with a loss by a final score of 82-66 in their last game. Connecticut ended having earned a 34.7% field goal percentage, 25 out of 72, and made 5 out of their 25 shots from beyond the arc. At the free throw line, the Sun made 11 of their 12 shots for a rate of 91.7%. With respect to grabbing rebounds, they collected 28, with 6 of them being of the offensive sort. They also doled out 14 assists in the game, while creating 20 turnovers and getting 12 steals. When it comes to defending, Connecticut let their opponent shoot 45.3% from the field on 29 of 64 shooting. Phoenix doled out 24 assists and had 7 steals in the matchup. Furthermore, Phoenix pulled down 35 rebounds, 7 offensive, 28 defensive, and earned 3 blocked shots. Phoenix ended up going 84.2% at the free throw line by making 16 of their 19 shots. They converted 8 out of their 20 attempts from distance. Marina Mabre is one player who was a major factor in the matchup. She left the arena with 18 points on 7 out of 18 shooting. She saw the court for 30 minutes and also grabbed 3 rebounds. Mabre finished 38.9% from the field and recorded 3 assists. Connecticut comes into this contest with a record of 5-23 so far this season. The Sun are hitting 29.7% on shots from three-point land, 172 of 580, and 81.0% from the free throw line. They are averaging 74.5 points per game, 13th in the league, while hitting 40.2% from the field. They turn it over 14.0 times per game, and as a team, they commit 20.2 personal fouls per game. As a team, Connecticut is snagging 31.4 rebounds per contest and is sitting with 473 assists on the year, which has them ranked 13th in the WNBA in terms of passing the ball. Defensively, the Sun are able to force 14.1 turnovers on a nightly basis, and they draw 18.1 fouls. They are conceding 34.3% on shots from beyond the arc, and they are ranked 12th in the league in points per game allowed, 86.9. The Sun are giving up a field goal percentage of 46.4%, 395 of 508, and they surrender 36.3 boards per game as a basketball team. They rank 9th in basketball in giving up assists, with 597 conceded so far this year. In their most recent outing, the Los Angeles Sparks put together one of their most complete offensive performances of the season, securing a 191 victory over the Indiana Fever in a fast-paced, high-scoring affair. It was a night where the Sparks' offense was firing on all cylinders, particularly from beyond the arc, and their efficiency on both ends of the floor helped them hold off a persistent Indiana squad. The Sparks dominated much of the contest thanks to their balanced scoring attack and smart decision-making, executing crisp ball movement and efficient shooting that kept the Fever on their heels throughout the night. On the glass, Los Angeles held their own by grabbing a total of 32 rebounds, 25 on the defensive end, and 7 on the offensive glass. While those numbers don't jump off the page, they reflect a team that was effective in limiting Indiana's second chance opportunities and securing enough boards to control the tempo of the game. The Sparks committed just 11 turnovers, a notably low number that allowed them to maximize their possessions and avoid giving the Fever extra chances to climb back into the contest. Defensively, they recorded just 1 steal, a sign that while the Sparks didn't necessarily pressure the ball aggressively, they still managed to disrupt Indiana's rhythm through good half-court defense and timely contests. One of the biggest highlights of the night was Los Angeles' elite shooting from deep. The Sparks connected on 13 of their 26 three-point attempts, a scorching 50.0% clip from downtown. That outside shooting barrage stretched Indiana's defense and opened up driving lanes for Los Angeles to operate in the half court. Their overall field goal efficiency was equally impressive. They went 37 of 66 from the field, converting at an eye-popping rate of 56.1%. The balance between perimeter and interior scoring was key, as it kept the Fever from keying in on any single offensive threat. At the free throw line, Los Angeles continued their trend of solid execution, knocking down 13 of 15 attempts, 86.7%, demonstrating their ability to capitalize on opportunities at the stripe. A crucial factor in closing out competitive games. They showed discipline in drawing fouls and composure in converting them, particularly down the stretch when Indiana attempted to mount a comeback. On the other side of the ball, the Sparks allowed Indiana to shoot 44.2% from the field, 34 of 77, which is a mark they'll look to improve upon, but one that didn't do major damage given their own offensive outburst. Indiana's outside shooting was respectable, as they hit 12 of 33 from three, 36.4%, and knocked down 11 of 13 free throws, 84.6%. But it wasn't enough to offset the Sparks' dynamic attack. On the glass, Los Angeles surrendered 27 rebounds, including 10 on the offensive end. Numbers that show Indiana had opportunities for second-chance points, but didn't capitalize consistently. The Sparks' ability to answer every Fever run with a timely three-pointer or a strong possession helped them maintain control, even when Indiana tried to narrow the margin in the second half. This win was an encouraging sign for Los Angeles, especially given how well they executed on offense and limited their mistakes. The balanced scoring, the high-efficiency shooting, and the poised play under pressure reflect a team that is beginning to find its identity late in the season. As they look ahead to tougher matchups, performances like this could serve as a blueprint, blending offensive versatility with controlled execution. If the Sparks can build on this effort, particularly with their perimeter shooting and low turnover rate, they'll become a much tougher out for any opponent in the WNBA playoff race. Rickea Jackson was important for the Sparks for this game. She converted 10 out of 18 for the game for a field goal rate of 55.6% and had 5 rebounds. Rickea Jackson tallied 25 points in her 32 minutes of playing time and had 2 dimes for this game. The Los Angeles Sparks have posted a 13-15 record so far this season, placing them squarely in the middle of the playoff hunt, but revealing both promise and inconsistency in their overall play. Offensively, the Sparks have shown flashes of elite efficiency, racking up a total of 2,408 points across their 28 games, which averages out to 86.0 points per contest, a figure that keeps them competitive on most nights. Their ability to convert high-percentage shots has been one of the strengths of their offensive identity, as evidenced by their 45.9% field goal shooting percentage, which ranks second best in the WNBA. This level of offensive efficiency stems from their strong ball movement and ability to get downhill off screens and isolations, which has translated into a solid 20.6 assists per game, placing them 6th in the league in that category. However, while their offense has largely been efficient, they've also shown some vulnerability when it comes to protecting the basketball, turning the ball over an average of 14.9 times per game. This turnover rate often limits their ability to maintain offensive momentum and capitalize on key possessions. From the free throw line, Los Angeles shoots a respectable 75.3%, which could still be improved to help close out tight games more consistently. The Sparks also pull down 33.5 rebounds per game, a number that's solid, but not dominant, leaving them somewhat susceptible against teams that thrive on second-chance opportunities. Defensively, the Sparks have struggled for consistency and rank near the bottom of the league in several key areas. They're currently 13th in the WNBA in points allowed per game, surrendering 88.1 points to opponents on average. That figure highlights the team's need to tighten up defensive rotations, especially in transition and around the perimeter. Opponents are converting 45.0% of their field goal attempts against the Sparks, which ranks 11th in the league, showing that defensive resistance at the point of attack and in help coverage remains a concern. Three-point defense has been serviceable but not elite, as Los Angeles allows opposing teams to shoot 34.0% from downtown, yielding 261 made triples on 767 attempts. While not catastrophic, this figure indicates opponents are able to generate clean looks beyond the arc far too often, suggesting potential lapses in closeouts and pick-and-roll coverage. Additionally, the Sparks are letting opponents shoot an eye-popping 83.6% from the free throw line, the highest mark surrendered by any team. That high conversion rate from their opponents at the stripe could indicate late-game foul trouble or inability to defend without fouling when trying to protect leads. One bright spot for the Sparks' defense is their rebounding effort on the defensive end, where they rank 4th in the league by allowing just 33.1 rebounds per game. This indicates their front court presence is at least holding its own on the glass. However, the Sparks have had trouble pressuring the ball consistently, forcing just 12.6 turnovers per contest. Without a disruptive perimeter presence or consistent rim protection, it's been difficult for Los Angeles to generate momentum-changing plays on defense. The Sparks have shown playoff potential in 2025 with solid offense and rebounding, but defensive issues and turnovers have kept them near .500. Until they clean things up, they'll remain on the playoff bubble. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Connecticut winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Indiana Fever versus Phoenix Mercury. The Phoenix Mercury, 1811, hosts the Indiana Fever, 1713, at Footprint Center on Thursday. The Indiana Fever took the court against the Los Angeles Sparks and walked away from this one with a loss by a score of 100-91 in their last contest. Indiana finished with a 44.2% field goal percentage, 34 of 77, and converted 12 of their 33 three-point attempts. When they shot from the free throw line, the Fever made 11 of their 13 attempts for a percentage of 84.6%. In relation to grabbing boards, they earned 27, with 10 of them being of the offensive variety. They also recorded 23 assists in the game, in addition to forcing 11 turnovers and earning 4 steals. When it comes to defending, Indiana allowed the other team to go 56.1% from the floor on 37 out of 66 shooting. Los Angeles doled out 7 dimes and had 1 steal in this contest. In addition, Los Angeles pulled down 32 rebounds, 7 offensive, 25 defensive, and added 7 block shots. Los Angeles walked away from this one shooting 86.7% from the charity stripe by converting 13 of their 15 tries. They made 13 of their 26 attempts from three-point land. Kelsey Mitchell is someone who was a major factor in the game. She was able to score 34 points on 11 of 19 shooting. She was on the court for 31 minutes played and also grabbed 2 rebounds. Mitchell finished the contest at 57.9% from the field and totaled 6 dimes. Indiana enters this contest with a win-loss mark of 17-13 for the year. They currently have an average of 85.3 points per game, 4th in the WNBA on 45.6% from the field. The Fever are hitting 34.1% on three-pointers, 252 of 740, and 77.7% from the free throw line. As a team, Indiana is pulling in 33.8 rebounds per contest and has tallied 619 dimes this year, which is 5th in the WNBA in terms of passing. They are giving up possession 13.0 times per game, and as a team are committing 19.4 fouls on a nightly basis. When they are on defense, the Fever are forcing their opponents into 13.9 turnovers per contest, and they draw 19.8 personal fouls. They are giving up 31.4% on three-point shots, and they are 8th in the league in PPG allowed, 81.4. The Fever defensively are giving up a field goal percentage of 43.7%, 416 of 594, and they surrender 32.9 rebounds per game as a team. They currently rank 3rd in the WNBA in allowing assists to their opponents, with 552 relinquished so far this season. In their most recent outing, the Phoenix Mercury showcased their growing defensive identity and efficient offensive execution, securing a convincing 82-66 victory over the Connecticut Sun. This win was especially impressive considering the caliber of the opponent, as the Sun have been one of the most consistent teams in the WNBA this season. Phoenix came into the contest focused, and their performance on both ends of the court reflected that intensity from the opening tip to the final buzzer. The Mercury established control of the game with their work on the boards, grabbing a total of 39 rebounds, 31 of them on the defensive end and 8 on the offensive glass. Their dominance in rebounding helped limit Connecticut's second-chance points and allowed Phoenix to dictate the tempo in transition. Despite committing 18 turnovers, the Mercury were able to minimize the damage with their defensive pressure, forcing 9 steals and keeping the Sun from capitalizing consistently on those extra possessions. Phoenix also showed poise at the free throw line, converting 16 of 19 attempts for an excellent 84.2% success rate. Their ability to draw fouls and convert at the stripe was a crucial aspect of maintaining momentum and extending their lead throughout the game. Connecticut committed 18 personal fouls, several of which came at key moments in the second and third quarters, which allowed Phoenix to rack up easy points and keep the pressure on the Sun defense. From beyond the arc, the Mercury were efficient, knocking down 8 of their 23-point attempts, a solid 40.0% shooting mark. Their perimeter shooting helped open up driving lanes and kept the Connecticut defense stretched thin. In total, the Mercury shot 45.3% from the field, connecting on 29 of their 64 attempts. This efficient shooting night was highlighted by balanced scoring from multiple players, as Phoenix once again demonstrated its ability to execute within the flow of the offense, rather than relying on isolation-heavy sets. Defensively, the Mercury were outstanding. They limited the Sun to just 34.7% shooting from the field, as Connecticut could only muster 25 made baskets on 72 attempts. Phoenix contested shots effectively, rotated well, and forced Connecticut into difficult looks on nearly every possession. The Sun had a particularly rough night from long range, hitting only 5 of their 25 three-point shots, a meager 20.0%. This cold perimeter shooting was not just an off night for Connecticut, but a testament to Phoenix's perimeter defense, which has been steadily improving over the course of the season. Connecticut shot 91.7% from the line, 11 of 12, but didn't get there often, thanks to Phoenix's disciplined defense. The Mercury avoided fouls, limiting easy points while maintaining aggressive play. Despite surrendering 35 rebounds, 12 offensive, Phoenix limited Connecticut's second-chance scoring and never let them build momentum. Holding the Sun to just 66 points, one of their best defensive efforts of the season, showcased the Mercury's growth and grit. This win marked a crucial step in their playoff push, proving they can beat elite teams with a blend of efficient offense, tough rebounding, and lockdown defense. With key players stepping up and execution improving, Phoenix is starting to look like a legitimate postseason threat. Satu Sabali scored 23 points on 75% shooting, 9 of 12, with 6 rebounds and 1 assist in 29 minutes for the Mercury. The Phoenix Mercury have compiled a strong 18-11 record this season, positioning themselves as a serious contender in the WNBA playoff picture. Their success has been built on a balanced approach that incorporates efficient offensive execution, solid ball movement, and an aggressive defensive presence. Offensively, Phoenix is averaging 83.3 points per game, which places them among the top half of the league in scoring production. They've accumulated a total of 2,416 points on the year and are converting at a 43.5% rate from the field, ranked 7th in the WNBA. This shooting efficiency has been a consistent factor in their ability to put pressure on opposing defenses and stay competitive in tight contests. A big part of Phoenix's offensive rhythm comes from their playmaking ability. The team averages 20.7 assists per game, good for 5th in the league, reflecting their unselfish ball movement and a willingness to create quality looks, rather than rely on isolation play. That approach has not only spread the floor, but also allowed several players to consistently contribute across various scoring and facilitation roles. Despite their high assist numbers, the Mercury maintain ball security well, turning it over just 12.6 times per game, a number that speaks to their disciplined offense and smart decision-making with the basketball. On the glass, Phoenix pulls down 34.3 rebounds per contest, showcasing their ability to compete physically in the paint. They've done a respectable job holding their own against taller, more physical front courts, while also securing enough second-chance opportunities to help their offense stay afloat during cold shooting spells. The Mercury also make regular trips to the free throw line, where they convert 77.9% of their opportunities. While not elite, their free throw shooting remains reliable in late-game scenarios. Defensively, the Mercury have made a noticeable impact and currently rank 5th in the WNBA in points allowed, giving up just 80.4 per contest. Their ability to contest shots and remain active on the perimeter has resulted in opponents shooting just 42.5% from the field, the 4th best defensive field goal percentage in the league. This stat highlights their tenacity in defending both mid-range and paint looks, anchored by strong individual defenders and an overall cohesive defensive scheme. Phoenix's perimeter defense has been particularly effective, as they allow opponents to shoot just 33.5% from beyond the arc, placing them firmly in the upper tier of three-point defense. While opponents have converted 237 of 707 three-point attempts, the Mercury have often limited these to contested looks or late clock heaves. The only area of mild concern has been defending without fouling. Opposing teams are knocking down 81.7% of their free throw attempts, a high clip that could cost Phoenix in close games if foul discipline doesn't tighten up. The Mercury force 15.1 turnovers per game, a top-tier mark in the league, and a testament to their aggressive defensive mentality. Their ability to pressure ball handlers and jump passing lanes has been critical in generating fast break opportunities and easy transition buckets. On the flip side, they allow 19.9 assists per game, which ranks 7th, and concede 35.4 rebounds per contest, placing them 9th in that category. While they've been sound defensively overall, they could benefit from slightly better execution when it comes to limiting second-chance opportunities and closing out defensive possessions. Overall, Phoenix has emerged as one of the most well-rounded teams in the league. Their scoring efficiency, crisp passing, and tough defense have all contributed to their winning record. If they continue to tighten up their defensive rebounding and foul control while maintaining their offensive consistency, they could be poised to make a deep playoff run as one of the more complete squads in the WNBA. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Indiana winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.